Welcome back. Before I get on with the application, I just first want to say thank you to everybody that's subscribed. The subscription count's gone up. I think about 28 in the past month or so. So I just want to say thank you for that. And also, I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can start monetizing the videos. So if you're new here, and you like what we're doing, please subscribe. Also a like, comment maybe, and sharing. It goes a long way, and I appreciate every single one of you. So that out of the way, let's get straight back into it. So we've got our application here. As you can see, we did some stuff yesterday, or the last time I posted, where we made the animation so that the screen, so that when we load it up, the screen slides up, or the window slides up, the grid, whichever. So the only problem with that now is that we've got a blank screen and we can't see what we're doing, but don't worry, we can actually change that. So if we just come over to our grid and we just get rid of the margin and we just set opacity to 1, we get everything back. And then if we run the application, as you can see, it still loads up the way that it did before. And that's because in our storyboard, it actually tells us it's going from 0 to 1 and from 100 pixels from the top to 0. So it's actually setting that in the animation. So we don't need to worry about that. So now we can actually see what we're doing. Okay, so in this part, like I mentioned last time, we're going to be making some user controls. So let's come over to our views, because they're technically views. So we're going to right click, add new item. We're going to go to WPF and we're going to choose user control, and we're going to call this task list item, and that'll load up. It gives you this design height, design width. This doesn't actually show. This isn't actually the height and width. This is just a kind of, it's done in design time just so you can visualize what you're doing. You can actually delete that if you want to, but I'll keep it there. In fact, I'll make it more representative of the what we're going to be using it for. So let me just get my Figma design up. Okay, so let's do what we did before. Let's just grab our square or rectangle, sorry, and we'll just draw it out like that. So that's probably about the size that we want it. Maybe a bit smaller. $145 seemed about right. So height 145, width 435. 145. What was that? Width 435. 435. So that's going to be around about what we want. So to start off with, we can actually duplicate this into our sections. So we've got this one, which is height 38, so we can do that. So grid dot row definition ID. We've got 3 of them, so like so. Top one is 38. And the bottom one, which is this one, is 40. And then we can come down here. First of all, we'll add a text block. Text. This is going to be binding, but for now I'm just going to put title in there. Do I have any styles? Yeah, title. That's right. That's great. And we've got about a 20 pixel margin to the left. Margin 20 0. Let's just center that vertically. And then we're gonna next add, this will be where the badge goes. The category badge. Oh no, actually, yeah, category. Or maybe we can make that the importance badge. Importance badge. So that will go there, and next we'll add our text block. This will be our description. So let me just label these actually, because it gets a bit messy, like I say. So it's going to be the title. This is going to be our description. I'm just going to copy this text. It's just some lorem ipsum, just so we've got so we know what we can see. That obviously needs to, well, first we'll do a wrap. Needs to be in grid row 1. And we need the margin at the left. And then we need another one for the due date. And this is another text block. Text due, and then just the date, 21 12 23 2023. Grid row 1, no, grid row 2, vertical alignment, center, and then margin 0. So the color of this, just going to make, it's going to add it to our colors. It's quite a list we've got going on. X key, task list UC description color description text. And then we can add that. Foreground, static, and task list description. I think we'll add it for this one as well, actually. But I'll change that name to task list text. Here we go. I'm gonna add the title as well. It's a different color. Void X key task list UC title color. Start for color static, and then there we go. It's very similar, actually. Those colors are very similar. Don't know if it's just because of the color that it's on, but yeah, they look quite similar. Oh well. Right. So that's our first. Okay, I'm just gonna go away a second, and I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna do. Whether I'm just gonna automatically add. Do you know what? I'm gonna add a border here. So the border I'm gonna give it a corner radius of 3. Background, I'm gonna create a color called I'm gonna add a new placeholder border. Which is gonna be just a little bit lighter than that. Placeholder text, okay. Placeholder border text. I am gonna add that here. Background, take placeholder border. It's probably about 40 pixels. So then 40 height. 23. Horizontal alignment, right. Margin 0, 0, 10, 0, 20. Block text category, foreground, static resource, placeholder border text, vertical alignment center, horizontal alignment center. Actually, it's not categories, it's importance. Okay. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this could be changed in the future. But I think I'm going to add a 5 pixel margin to the top, just to separate it out a little bit more. Right, that's done now. We'll come back to that after. We're not going to implement that just yet. It's just because we've got some other things that we need to do, because we need to actually generate. First of all, we need to create a file system. So when the application loads, it's going to check if there's a JSON file in our app directory. If it's not, then we're going to create it, and then we need to implement our add new task. So we'll do that now. Let's create a new view, and this is going to be a window. It's going to be called new task window. So let's what do we need to do? So we've got our new window. Let's go back to our main window, select our button. This needs a command. In fact, let's go into our view model, our main view model. We need to add a command. So public I command. This will be I open new window. Relay command, and then open new window. Let's just generate. That's not what we want. We just need to make this a method. Going on here? Oh. Don't know what happened there. I was asking it to what's going on? Just give me a second, let me try and figure this out. Sorry, rookie mistake. You have to put new. And then we put whatever we want to do in here. So in this case, we want to show the window. So we can say task, new task window, new task window equals new window, new task window dot show. See if that works. Oh, it's not going to work yet because we haven't implemented it. So let's go back to our window. Command binding, just bind our window. So window data context. Oh, yeah, data context. Yeah. It's just XML and S VM equals, and let's type in view model. And then in here we can say VM and then main window view model. Like that. Now we should be able to see it in the list. There we go. I open new window. Let's just run. There we go. We've got our window. The window I hate them when they load like weird places. So type in startup location and then center screen. Okay, I went away and I spent a bit of time just making the new task window. I didn't want to waste too much time just going over. We've done most of these things before, so I kind of just made some styles, and I got a bit lost, actually, a bit lost in designing it. But I'll quickly go through what I've done. So I've created a task title box. In fact, I'll show you when I'm running it. It'll be better. So we've got a task title box where we put our title. We've got our importance combo box. We've got task description. We've got a, and that needs to change. We've got what are they called? A task checklist creator. So you put like add RAM, add CPU, blah blah blah, and then you'd click that, and then it'd add it with a little checkbox next to it. So we need to actually create a new user control. Then we've got the due date. We can just choose the due date on this. Then we'll have the AM and PM. We'll generate these programmatically and include timer, which is the little timer thing that goes up here, and add task to your calendar, and that'll add it to your Outlook or Windows, I don't know, whatever, Outlook. And then we click add task, and the formal close, and this will add a task to our JSON file. Right. So your homework for today is I want you to create this window on your own. Remember, you can use styles, so you can create your own style for the text box like I have. You can see I've added a corner radius. You can only do a corner radius when you use triggers, not triggers, when you use a content control. So you can only mess about with this when you give it a custom border. Don't worry if you can't do it. It's very simple. And in the next part I'll show you the style. But yeah, it's just to try and get your mind working on doing things. There's another thing that we haven't gone over before, is this. It's very simple. It's just a date picker, and that's all. You just need to add the margins. I've added a 20 pixel margin down the side. Yeah, so that can be something for you to work on, so you're not just like mindlessly copying what I'm doing. And I'm going to call that a part here. In the next part, we're going to do some more custom controls for this, and we're actually going to create our file system for when the application loads up. It creates the files that we need, or it checks to see if we've got files, and like formats the JSON file for us. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and thank you very much.